My name is Alkistis Agio. I'm a graduate of ACS, so I'm very happy to be back in my old high school. And I just wanted to see from the audience how many of you, just to get a general picture, how many of you are teachers or therapists? Teachers? Therapists? Okay, and just plain old students? Plain young students? No. So we're more professionals in the audience. Okay, that's good, so we can go right into the subject. I'm sure you have some background in NLP. How many of you have heard about NLP? Done any seminars on NLP? No. Okay, this is going to be like a mini seminar because NLP is more something you experience rather than you talk about. It's very experiential. That's what I love about it. It's behavioristic psychology rather than psychoanalytical, which I appreciate for a different use. So, neuro-linguistic programming, okay, as you know, neuro refers to the mind, and neurology in general, the whole body, the muscle system, and linguistic refers to the way we speak and the way we formulate our speech, and if you like, the way we formulate our thought, because thoughts precede words. Thoughts precede everything. Thoughts precede actions as well. So let's get right into that. I'd just like to refer to our ancient forefathers. Socrates had once said, if you'd like to change the world, change yourself first. And you're supposed to say this is the most difficult part, or at least it has been until NLP. As you can see, I'm a total convert because I've seen the amazing changes and the instant changes that can take place with NLP for healing purposes, for therapy purposes, general behavioral changes that take place. So it does appeal to me because of the results it brings. The NLP sees the human brain as a bioelectrical chemical computer of sorts, and it's a hormone factory, and the whole point is to understand how we can use or reprogram this computer so that it starts running the program we want, because up until now in our life it's been running on programs that other people have put into our brain. Advertisers, society, the society you happen to have grown up in. For example, if you had grown up in Saudi Arabia, you'd have a different program in your mind as to what is right and what is wrong. If you grow up in Sweden, you'll again have a different perspective on what is the right thing to do, what is okay and what's not okay. So you'd have these programs that you didn't choose. Similarly, having been born in Greece or United States, you're on some automatic program. And now we're at the age where you can say, you know what? I get to choose my program. I like thinking like this, and I'm going to start thinking like that. I'm going to do away with the old program that I don't need anymore, the limiting thoughts, the limiting beliefs, what they say women can do, what they say women can't do, what they say men are supposed to do, what they say men aren't supposed to do. You can choose how you want to be, because in the end it's your life, and you're the only one who you have to pay account to. Okay, when the tombstone is there, it's going to be written what you want, not what anyone else has wanted. So that's the bottom line. It's about choosing how you want to be and how you want to behave, how you want to live your life. So what I love about NLP is that it offers us freedom to choose to get angry or not to get angry. The brain itself, we're going to get a little technical here. I believe in science. I wouldn't believe in anything that wasn't scientifically based. And what I love about NLP is that it has a scientific background and support. What we're looking at are pictures of neurons. Okay? Neurons, the basic cell in the brain. The brain is a muscle, just like this muscle here. You can train the brain to grow in a particular way. As I said, now, what you have is these neural connections. One neuron is linked through what they call dendrons, like the Greek word dendro, which means tree, branches, right? So you have a certain circuitry, a certain hard wiring now in your brain based on the thoughts you've been repeatedly making. And now we're saying you can rewire your brain, you can rewire the neurons. And what we're saying is that because it's an electrical, the basis of the brain is the electrical currents that are moving from one neuron to the other. You have a little electricity happening now in your head. Neurons are firing off electrical and chemical impulses, which I'll show you measure in brain waves. Technology has come so far, as you may or may not know, that we are now implanting things in the brain, as in this case, you see? Similar to a heart pacemaker, where now nanotechnology is the smallest unit, it's the miniature technology. They can implant it in your head, and so your brain, the ones who need it, I mean people who are suffering, right, can now have like what they have similar for a heart pacemaker. They are implanting in the mind. So the border between computer, machine, and man is becoming more and more thin. Brainwaves, what are brainwaves? They're the combination is the electrical activity, and because it has a wave-like nature, it can be measured in hertz. Okay, right now you are in beta mode, beta brainwaves, a frequency of being awake, but not necessarily absorbing information. In order to absorb better, it would be better if you were like in alpha mode. Alpha mode is better for absorbing information, and therefore it's very useful for mental reprogramming, accelerated learning. Okay, that's where your mind is like a peaceful lake, and it will just receive. You can see clearly and receive messages clearly. There's other modes like theta mode, which is even more deeply relaxed, a meditative state. And there's other modes where you have you're not when you're deeply asleep and you don't even have the dreams. Okay, so right now most people who lack concentration should be in alpha mode, relaxed, receptive mode. And people with ADD, since this conference is about people with learning disabilities, especially the hyperactive kids, they can be trained to enter alpha mode. I had a speech yesterday on biofeedback, using certain, if you like, EEG monitors. They can monitor real time what brain waves their brain is on. And by deeper breathing or by focusing on positive thoughts, they can influence the brain waves and change the brain waves. This is a kind of training, what we call biofeedback training. And then so the child no longer needs the machine to train after and can just instantly put himself in this mode when he needs to concentrate. Discovery in neurology these days, and I'm saying the biggest discovery, is as big as the DNA deciphering of the double helix by Watson and Crick. It's happened within the last 10 years. It's called mirror neurons, the discovery of mirror neurons. It's as big as the discovery of flight, actually, I mean, the plane. It is a major breakthrough. Most lay people haven't heard of it yet, because it's going to allow us, just like now in DNA, we can create our DNA. We are becoming our own creators, if you like. We can create our own genetic code. We can also influence our own thoughts now, our own behavior through understanding mirror neurons. What